Your family house.
Sorry, come again?
I thought you're still at your family house.
Yes, but I'm still working remotely. I mean, it's always for me
Okay,
remote work. No matter if I'm in Kiev or with family, I'm working.
okay, no problem. Sorry, I heard about the issues you guys are having towards the boundaries. Hope you were not affected or your area wasn't affected.
What exactly did you hear? I mean, what?
Like there is one of my students who has issues. Like where around where she stays, there was I think missiles or bomb blast around there. So it's been difficult for her to come for lessons. So I just said, let me wish you well, and I hope you're not affected or it's not close to where you stay.
Yeah, it just depends in what city you live. So, like from time to time, we like some of us could have these issues. So,
Okay, no problem, it's fine. So how was your day?
it's normal one. I mean, just working. So nothing special happened so far.
Okay, what did you have for breakfast?
Actually, for breakfast, my father fried some fish. So that was coffee and fish.
Okay, it's fine, that's nice. So have you had anything for lunch yet?
Not yet, because it's only like 3 p.m. here, so I will have it later.
Sorry. It's 1 p.m. here in my country.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. It's fine. So let's start the lesson. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so 1.1, look at the comments below and discuss the questions.
Did you see that thing about Google Street View capturing a murder in Edinburgh? In any big city, you are never more than 2 meters from a rat. I read somewhere that we only use 10% of our brain capacity. Did you know that Walt Disney had his body frozen after he died? I heard somewhere that they think lemon peel can cure cancer. It look it it looks like some rumors or some um, gossips, you know? It looks
Yeah,
like that.
about which one? Is it the cancer or so? But have you heard about any of these stories before?
Can you please scroll up like lemon and cancer? No, I did not hear. Like about Walt Disney, no, I never heard that. And 10% of brain capacity, yes, I heard this information, but I did not read any scientific proofs about red and murder. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I know nothing about that.
Okay, what about the first one? Google Street View.
I guess that could be the truth because, like, Google is recording, like, always renewing its maps, and it could be that, some murder was recorded by that means. So I cannot deny that fact.
Okay. So have you heard about any of the stories before? Okay, you said no. So which which stories would you find most or least interesting to talk about?
The least the least interesting would be red, about that you are close to a red in a big city. I mean, okay, so what's next? And the most interesting would be uh, either lemon helps from cancer disease or um,
This
or capacity of the brain.
okay. Okay. So what connections might there be between the six comments?
For me, all these six comments is just, as I said, it's some random facts that you can
Okay.
discuss with your friend. You know, like not
Yeah.
like rumors. For me, it's all the gossip stories.
Okay, okay. No problem. So 1.2 in this lesson,
In this lesson, I will discuss the urban myths, understand binomials. I don't know what is that.
binomials.
Binomials, and listen to people telling the urban tales. Okay, then it's tales.
Okay. So, okay. Vocabulary 1.1.
Compelled, forced, obliged.
Compelled, compelled, compelled.
Compelled, forced,
Yeah.
obliged. How do I use it in sentence?
Sentence. Okay. I was compelled by my friends to go for the karaoke night. You understand? When someone forces you to
Uh-huh.
do something, so when you
Okay,
said
okay.
you were forced to do something, it was against your own will. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
okay,
Okay.
okay, I got
Yeah.
you.
The next one.
Emerge, come out, off from. Okay.
Okay, he emerged the winner during the competition. Do you understand?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Spark,
Mhm.
start uh, or cause.
For example, if fire or light sparks from a transformer, or maybe you plugged your gadget in a place that wasn't, the electricity was bad, and then it suddenly there was a spark of light. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, next one.
A wave of protests, a number of protests happening one after the other.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the last one.
Drug, to make somebody use drugs without them being aware and or without their permission.
Yes, maybe someone is being drugged or something. Maybe someone was kidnapped and the person is drugged. Do you get?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So 1.2. Can you read what you have there?
1.2, read the article about a similar story. Find out what the story is and what impact it had in New Orleans. What's known about the roots of the story and how it spread? What connects the story to the six comments in warm up?
Okay. Okay. So let's start with the story.
Buying into myth.
Yeah.
In early 1997, as the city of New Orleans was busy getting ready for its annual Mardi Gras carnival, an email and entitled "Travelers
Entitled.
Beware." Huh?
Entitled.
Entitled "Travelers Beware" went viral, sparking hundreds of calls to the local police department, who felt compelled to issue an official statement designed to calm public fears. The email claimed that an organized gang was planning to drug visitors to the city, uh, surgi- surgically remove their kidneys and sell them on the black market. Now you may well be thinking this story sounds familiar. If so, that's because versions of it have been around for over 3 decades now. Back in the 1980s, Guatemala was gripped by stories of Americans kidnapping local children and harvesting their organs. By the early 1990s, there were stories in the States about Latino women tempting American men to a similar fate. And before long, the idea appeared in TV dramas and movies, and variations started to appeal all over the world. One thing that unites all these stories and others like them is that no hard evidence exists of them even having occurred. These urban myths apparently emerge from nowhere and take on a life of their own. This raises interesting questions about why we continue to share them and on occasion even fall for them.
Okay, well done. So, what's the story? Sorry, the first question. Find out what the story is and impact it had. So, what impact do you think it had in New Ireland?
The impact was that a lot of complaints to the police like appeared after that.
Okay, okay. Another impact it had was that this was is that the story was that was organized. It organized gangs were planning to drug visitors to the New Ireland and take their kidneys out to sell them on a black market. Do you understand?
Uh,
Hello.
I don't think that it's an impact. It's the story itself.
Okay, yeah, the story itself, yes, okay. And lots of people called the police. The impact was that lots of people called the police, just like you said.
Mhm. Yeah.
The second one, what's known about the roots of the story and how it spread?
It's known that the roots of the story comes from 1980s, so it's like repeating each decade, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just spread by the um, like blackmailing by some rumors, from person to person. I guess it's just spread randomly by all means.
Okay, okay. So the third one, what connected the story to the sixth command in warm up?
The only connection is that this is the myth.
Examples, there are examples of urban myths. Yes, correct.
Yeah, it's the myth.
Okay. Okay, well done, Irina. So let's move to the next one. So 1.3, discuss
Uh,
what you think
I
the
go to the
word.
platform, this one.
Okay, yes, you do it in the platform.
1.3, discuss what you think the words in bold in the article mean, then use the words in the bold to complete each group of phrases below. I need to scroll up, scroll down. Okay, the issue at the meeting. Um, race, maybe race.
Correct. Mhm.
Two race. I need to put two race.
With
Yeah,
no,
no,
no, the raise with S at the end.
like this. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
fear. Um, I don't know. Fears.
Is
What
it
could be done?
something?
Uh,
Raises.
just
It's
raises fears?
mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Raises doubt.
Again, raises the, okay, the same word. Okay. To appear as a witness. Be,
From the
be,
vocabularies we did,
maybe to be compelled. Yes,
compelled, correct.
compelled.
Yeah.
Again, feel compelled to resign, feel compelled to respond. And rob tourist. Okay, drug,
Correct.
drug and rob tourist, drug someone, drug
Someone,
his
correct.
someone's thing, drug his victims as a global power. Maybe un unites.
No,
No,
no. Emerge,
maybe spark,
emerge.
emerge. Okay, emerge as a global power, emerge from recession. The ideas emerge from. The markets. The markets. My nerves. My nerves. Maybe calm.
Correct.
Calm the markets. Calm my nerves. Calm the angry crowd. A wave of protest. It should be
Start with S.
I don't, maybe
It starts with S.
S with S?
Yes.
Spark,
Sparking.
sparking. Sparking a wave of protest, sparking criticism, sparking fears. The whole community, what them is gripped?
No. Unite.
Unites?
Yes.
Okay. Unites the whole community. What unites them is unites the political party. The country is gripped
Correct.
by recession. The trial has gripped the nation, gripped by fear.
Okay, well done. So 1.4, make a list of reasons why people both tell urban myths and believe them. So why do you think people tell urban myths?
The first reason is that it's kind of interesting to be the storyteller, and you can start that just, for the reason you want to feel significant. So it's just one personal reason that one specific person wants to be the storyteller. The another reason is that it's like the habit. Some of the myths, they come from grandparents to children to grandchildren. It's just like the family like a family traditions, habits, you name it. So yeah, another reason is that some of the myths are so old and so unproven that even citizens believe in that myth. So you come to the new town, and it's just by nature that people start to tell you, meaning that they also believe kind of in that, so it's so old, and it's so it's just like there is a huge connection between the myths and the city itself. Um, okay.
Okay, so we're moving to vocabulary now. Binomials, 1.1. Guess the other words from the pairs.
What is binomials?
Okay, you're faster than your shadow. Okay, let's go to the definition of binomial. You're faster than your shadow. Okay. So binomials are pairs of words. I've actually known binomials from our everyday mathematics. Do you understand? But now let's say binomials are pairs of words which are linked together by and. The words are always used in the same order. Like what we have here, pros and cons. Do you understand? I know that anything that what comes after pros is cons. Okay. So the two main words in binomials may start with the same letter or contain similar sounds. Be near synonyms. be connected in meaning or be opposites. Do you understand? He wants
Mm-hmm.
to go to a supermarket to buy a few bits and pieces. He was walking up and down the aisles. Do you understand? They are words that are usually connected to each other. We are connected by and. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know about this one?
Fish and chips.
Okay. The next one.
It's true?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I know of pros and cons. Actually,
Okay, pros,
no, I
pros
know
and
of pros and
cons.
cons.
Yeah, more or less. Buy,
It's correct. You're right.
yeah,
It
buy,
crossed my mind more or less. It's true.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe buy and beyond or something like that. Buy and
I
buy.
wouldn't, but I know I often say buy and buy, so I wouldn't know how true it is, but I know of buy and buy, pros and cons.
Yeah. I'm not sure about buy because
You haven't
I
heard of it
yeah,
before.
I did not. But let me check in the dictionary. Maybe it will give me
Okay,
buy and
okay.
buy.
Oh, I'm happy you were able to know more or less. It didn't even
Oh,
cross
you know what? It says
before.
buy and large,
By and large. Oh, it's true, it's true, it's true. By and large.
in general,
Yes,
globally
yes, yes. By
speaking.
and large, it's true. Oh, that's nice. What about fish?
I still think it's fish and chips, but I'm not sure.
Let me take. Let me take.
Fish,
Fish
fish,
and chips. You got it. You
fish,
got
I don't
it.
know.
Fish and chips. Fish and chips. You got it.
Yeah, okay then.
Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. Do you know any other binomials? I know peace and quiet. So which other one do you know?
Do you mean I need to do the exercise or?
No, I'm just asking you, do you know any other
Ah,
examples of binomials?
oh, frankly speaking, um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because
Okay.
I don't use it really often.
Okay,
So
back and forth, back and forth,
yeah, back and forth. Yeah.
down and out, loud
Mm-hmm.
and clear, neat and
Mm-hmm.
tidy, now and
Mm-hmm.
then, out and
Mm-hmm.
about, pride and joy,
Uh-huh.
pure and simple, rise and shine,
Mm-hmm.
sink or swim, take it or leave it, toast and turn, wait and see, wear and tear. Okay, let me just drop some examples in the group chat for the benefit of those who would go through the lessons, and you could always check it up there in the group chat. But it's something really interesting, so you could always try to apply it in your everyday speaking. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, just continue. I'll add more to the group chat. So do the exercise 1.2.
Okay, complete the binomials in the sentences with these words. I've been studying Chinese for about 6 years now on and then. No, on and
On and off.
on and off,
Mhm.
yes. There is a huge numbers of places to eat in the city, but the quality of a bit and heat. Mm. But the quality is a bit heat and hard? No, heat and heat.
Sorry, let me see what you're writing. Okay. Sorry. I was trying to drop
Heat,
the this thing on your
heat,
part.
heat and quiet? No.
No,
Heat and
let's
tired?
see.
No, heat
Let's
and miss. Oh,
see. Okay, okay.
I still like to party every now and then, but I've
Correct.
come
That,
down
that was
a
that
lot.
was a bit easy now and then. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite hard to find. peace and in the city, peace
No,
and order.
I just told you this. No, I just told you this. This was the first example I made.
Peace and quiet.
Correct.
You know, I never heard this. That's why
Are you serious? Are
it's
you serious? I
yeah.
said it, okay, even in I said it, I said something about peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, then
mm-hmm.
okay.
I thought long and about it before deciding. Long and hard. Yes.
Correct,
It's a fairly affluent area, but there are still little rockets of poverty here and there.
correct.
I can't take it anymore. I'm sick and tired of the
Yeah.
constant noise. After the hurricane struck, there was a complete breakdown of law and in the city and regulations. No,
No,
order.
no, and other, yes.
The city is
Okay,
being ruined by the ever-growing number of stupid rules and regulations.
correct.
I would never think that this is some binomial because for me it would be just
Yeah,
rules
rules and
and
regulation is what we
regulations.
do. Yes,
Cities
see, this
should
is the
be,
importance of learning.
yeah, like first and foremost places for
First and
kids.
foremost, yes, rules and regulation, law and order. I didn't even know that law and order was
Yeah.
an example of binomials. One, it's something we use in our everyday life, especially sick and tired. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
true. This one I
Mhm.
use. This one I heard.
Yes, yes, we use sick and tired a lot, but it didn't cross my mind that it's an example of binomials. Okay, it's beautiful. So 1.3, think of examples of the following.
Three places where people who live in cities can go to get a bit of peace and quiet. Okay, so in order to get a bit of peace and quiet, the first one, you just go to the forest, you walk, you scream, you listen to the music, to birds. Another option to get some peace and quiet is to go to your grandma into the smaller city. There you will see a lot of animals, a lot of duck, cows, dogs, cats, and other living beings. So it would be nice. And the third one for getting peace and quiet will be mountains. But for that, you need to plan vacation. But mountains could be a really peaceful place.
Okay, yes, that's true. Okay, the second one. Three
Uh,
big decisions people usually have to think long and hard about.
So for me personally, like three decisions that I would think long and hard would be job change, getting married, and having
Yeah,
kids.
yes, marriage is you know, when I saw this question, the first thing that crossed my mind is marriage. It is a very big decision that requires a long and hard thought. Do you
Yeah,
get? Yes, yes. Okay,
true.
about having kids, it didn't occur to me that it could so it'd be something that one would have. Maybe not like having kids, but having certain numbers of kids. Do you understand? Or are there people who
Mm-hmm.
generally don't want to have kids, or they just marry but they don't want to have kids? Do you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
Uh,
so?
I didn't understand the question. So,
Okay, I was asking when we you said about marriage and kids, so I was like that. I didn't think that someone would have a long and hard decision about having children. Maybe just if it's me, it's about the particular numbers of children you have. Do you understand? Do you want to
mhm.
have 3 kids or 5 kids or 2 kids or just one? Do you get?
Yes, some people could think about that, and some people could think in general to have kids or not to have kids, because I really
Really?
have, I really have some child-free friends. They already got married for like more than 10 years and they still don't have them and they still say that we're child free. So, it's like
Okay, and they don't want to have, or maybe they're unable to have, or are they still
uh, they
trying
they they just don't want. No, they say that both don't want.
want to have kids? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that it's possible for people to stay or maybe be married and don't want to have kids.
Yeah, 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 they don't want.
Okay, okay. Three things people that live in cities may get sick and tired of.
So you could really get sick and tired of traffic in general, like
Exactly.
noises, amount of jams, amount of cars and stuff like that. You could get sick and tired of pollution because in big city you really feel it. And you could get sick and tired of just the speed of life. You need to rush everywhere.
It's funny when you said the speed of life. Okay, or maybe because you're always in a hurry, trying to
Yeah,
beat
yeah, yeah, yeah.
traffic, trying to go to work in time, trying to
Yeah,
to
yeah,
rest,
yeah.
and you remember you have something or a meeting to catch up with. Okay, okay. I didn't the speed of life didn't even cross my mind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, you've mentioned the theory. Um Two reasons why law and order might be breakdown or might break down.
Why law and order might break down? You mean that, does it mean that law and order not working or someone is breaking the law?
Someone is breaking the law.
Okay, then a law and order might break down because of the unconscious citizens, meaning that there could be some people that just like to violate the rules,
Yes.
and law and order might be broken down by politicians. They do the laws, but they
And
are
they still
the
break
the
the
first
law.
people who break the laws.
Exactly, that's true. And that's very wrong. That's very wrong. I mean that's very wrong of politicians. You make laws and then
Yeah,
you are in the first line of breaking the same laws that was made by you. But
yeah,
if it happens to be an ordinary citizen who breaks the law, they get seriously punished for it. Do you
yeah, yeah,
understand?
true,
So
true.
I don't think it's something right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know it could. I didn't know such things happened in advanced countries. I thought maybe in a third world war country like Africa that we could see those things. That I didn't know that in developed countries like Ukraine, politicians too could also violate rules and regulations or law and orders.
But actually, Ukraine is being considered like third world
War.
country as
Are you
well.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh, I did not know.
it's not that well developed actually, as far as I know the statistics. So we are not in the top, top 50.
Okay, I didn't. Oh, you read that? Okay, no problem. I didn't know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
that's
know
true,
my
that's true.
country that we are in the third world war country. I didn't know that Ukraine too is in the same shoe with us. But you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have you guys have a very good standard of electricity, so it's already something that has beaten other countries. Do you understand?
Actually, it's so interesting because like I travel myself. I have a lot of people who are traveling and they are complaining a lot about like American medicine that you cannot have a dentist very fast. The price is high, the quality is shitty. Like it's not that good. But believe me, in Ukraine, if you have some headache and it's or not headache, some ache and it's
Yeah.
urgent, you will have the appointment tomorrow morning. Like it would be super fast.
Oh,
And
it's
I
the
don't
same thing.
know.
Do you know one thing about we? Maybe they look down on us, third world war countries, but there are some things that we have that are better than the advanced country.
Yes,
How
yes.
I have a student who is a dentist. She comes back from work by 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. in
Yeah.
okay, 9 p.m. in my country time, which is 11 p.m. in Ukrainian time. So imagine when she comes back by 11 p.m. and then we are already starting a lesson by that time. She's already exhausted. She's a dentist. She would always tell you that she has lots of appointments or Ukrainians who came in from other countries and will be leaving the next day. They just need urgent medication. It's the same thing with my country here. If you fall sick today, cost of medications is not so expensive. But I know people who stay in the UK to be able to afford a good health care services. You pay through your nose. Do you understand? You might end up using your
Mhm.
entire savings to be able to foot
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
your bills, even in the US. It's not so here. Same, likewise, education. Okay, have you had a friend who tried studying in maybe in US or UK or a first world war country?
Again, come again with the question.
Like, have you had a friend who tried schooling abroad or something, maybe in the US or UK?
Not really, not really. No, I don't have.
Okay, okay. For example, cost of education there is very expensive, but you cannot compare to the cost of education here in my country. Some places education is free and compulsory. Do you understand? Free and compulsory. You
Mhm.
pay little amount of money for education, but if you want to study the same course, maybe if you read medicine and surgery here in Nigeria and you want to study medicine and surgery in the US, you might have to sell out all your entire family properties to be able to afford that fees. Do you understand?
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
think in a way, we third world war countries, we are still graced. We are still okay. What we need is a better governance. We need better government who would
Mhm.
look more into our sectors, like our good governance actually is the problem of all these third world war countries. When you don't have good governance, it becomes a problem. Do you get?
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So, two examples of stupid rules and regulations.
Stupid rules and regulations. It's actually
Regulations.
hard one. It's hard one because I do not follow. I can say that I do not really follow the rules and regulations, at least some new rules and regulations. And hmm. Okay, I'll say this one. I think that wearing a mask during COVID was really stupid, one of the stupid rules and regulations because it was not protecting from that virus for real, but elderly people could not breathe normally and
Mhm,
it caused a lot of issues. So you don't change it really often. So that mask, at least in Ukraine, it was really
mhm.
stupid rule and regulation.
Okay, like using the face mask.
Yeah, 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 specifically during COVID. So that from that virus, it was not protecting at all because virus is big and it's going through the mask. I'm sorry, it's small and it's going through the mask. So
It,
it was not protecting.
it's actually the same rule and regulation we had here in our country, and obviously it was a stupid rule and regulation.
Yeah, yeah, like it's just, I do remember the times that cannot come inside the bus without the mask. So we were just taking them from the pockets, like holding with the same hand, after them holding the nose. Stupid, stupid.
Oh, Irina. Irina, you have made my day. Honestly, you you have made my day. Unfortunately, this is going to be my last lesson with your class, but
Why? Don't go, please.
your teacher will be back. I'm sorry, but your teacher will be back.
Yeah, I
So funny,
see.
but to be sincere, that was a very stupid rule, rule and regulation because it wasn't helping anything. At a point,
Yeah.
the face mask wasn't helping anything. It the only thing that happened was that the price of face mask became more expensive in my
True.
country.
Yeah.
and up
The
to,
same for us.
and up till today, the price of face mask hasn't gone down in my country. It's still very expensive.
Oh,
So you
wow.
it's actually a disadvantage. Do you get?
Yeah, and you know that in China or maybe even in Japan, they still wearing the mask. Can you imagine that? They still wear that mask. Oh my God.
The outbreak began in China, and so their continents are still
Uh,
trying to protect themselves. I guess I don't know, but I've not seen any much impact the mask really had on people because some elderly people had difficulties breathing well.
yes,
So
yes.
now,
My mom,
and
for
then
example.
okay, yes, maybe your mom. And then using a particular mask for a prolonged time. There was a time that the face mask was actually very scarce in my country. Do you understand? It,
Mm-hmm,
it was
mm-hmm,
it was very scarce. So people just had to like people had to in my country, people had to improvise by using a sewn clothes. Do you understand?
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, like handmade mask.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, but
Handmade.
I also bought the handmade because at least it was from the material, you know, not from the plastic. So I was breathing normally with that mask. I had it,
Oh,
I also bought the handmade one.
oh, okay. The mask they used in your country was the plastic one.
Yeah, yeah, you know, like it was
Oh, it was
done
very
uh,
difficult.
yeah, yeah, it was done not with the plastic, but that material, it's synthetic. It was not normal, you know, natural material, and it was super hard to breathe. It was always wet, you know, and I decided that I will buy some like from natural material, and that one was better for me. I was breathing normally.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. No problem. So let's move to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Read the idea of an utopical rule of Chicago City in post-apocalyptic world. What advantages and disadvantages of such society can you think of? Okay. What should I read?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay. The how to read this? Divergent?
divergent.
Divergent. What is divergent? Okay. Society is divided into five factions, each dedicated to the cultivation of particular virtue. 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 Okay. The factions dauntless, the brave, amity, the kind, erudite, the intelligent, abnegation, the selfless, and candor, the honest. On an appointed day of every year, all 16 years olds must select the faction to which they will devote the rest of their lives after taking an aptitude test and that occurred the previous day. Representative of each fraction do some particular job to the community. Dauntless are the warriors. Erudite are the technology boosters. Candor are the justice servants. Amity are the farmers. And abnegation are the leaders. Well, there is even a movie, I guess, with the same name, Divergent,
Okay.
and the same idea described in that movie. And frankly speaking,
It was
I
interesting.
see, I see more disadvantages here. Because why? Because like human beings,
Mhm.
it's the set of qualities. And sometimes you develop some quality, and sometimes you forget about some quality. And
Yeah.
if at 18 someone says that, okay, you will be now just the warrior and you will be now just the technology geek, that's what limits you. So starting from that day, you kind of do not develop other Um,
True.
yeah, you do not develop other skills. You're limited at that point.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just really the utopia. The world, the real world is not functioning like that. Sometimes you choose one direction. After that, you change the direction. You are in a constant development. And okay, just just for the record, the only benefit would be that when you concentrate on something, you kinda improve that. So when you concentrate on being the warrior, you improve the skill. And in 10, 15 years, you are just the best one. But that's the only benefit that I see. All the rest is just boring, standardized life and kind of limited and under control. So for me, I see more disadvantages here.
Mhm. Okay, that's beautiful. Well done, Irina. Okay. Make your impact on the cities according to your factions.
What impact does your fraction make? Okay, abnegation, selflessness. How would a faction that prioritizes selflessness address areas of the city that have been neglected? Would they focus on helping everyone equally, or might they struggle with resources dropping as they avoid showing off their achievements? I mean, the reply is already in the question. Uh, it could be both. They could really help some neglected areas, and that would be really nice. But they will not show off their achievements. They will not get the investments, and maybe they will be forgotten. So again, it could be both sides. You
Okay, okay,
see?
what about me?
So if you are selfless, without maybe some leadership that was
Yeah,
taken from you, you will be weak person. So you need to
of
combine
course, yeah.
everything.
That's actually true. That's actually true. Okay. What's up? Amity, peacefulness.
Peacefulness. How might a peaceful faction manage the springing up of new communities or initiate projects that help the city flourish? Would they be able to handle situations smoothly without conflict, or might they choke under pressure? Okay, so for peacefulness, there definitely should be some diplomacy. You need to be a good, like,
Mm-hmm.
empath, but you need to still you need still to have the ability to promote your ideas. You cannot be just peaceful everywhere. Sometimes you need to be
Need to
pushy.
be a good balance.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you need to be wild in promoting your ideas or your projects. So if other if other faction are also kind toward you, you will
Yeah.
be able to push.
Normally, someone who is even actually very peaceful, people tend to take advantage of you. People tend to ride
Yeah,
on you.
yeah, yeah,
People
yeah.
tend to see you like a weakling,
Mm-hmm.
to make you feel like you don't know your worth. Do you understand?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
once in a while, you need to be outspoken in life, because if you're not, you just keep on being on the quiet side of life, being peaceful. Someone would definitely think that maybe you are stupid. They try to take advantage of you, try to make you feel less of yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, the next one, honesty.
Honesty in a city governor by honesty, how would they deal with areas that need to be demolished or where crimes such as uh, muggings is a concern? Would their blunt approach cause problems or help the city soar? Actually, I think that in being a governor, like so in politics, honesty is not the solution. Why? Like, for example, even in our country, like, can you imagine that the president coming and saying, that's we are fucked up. The situation, we don't have finances, everything were taken. Like, we will die in 1 month. Can you imagine the society? How will they react? There will be panic. So being a governor, you need to
Yeah.
be really like a good liar, so you don't need to show the real situation. So honesty
Exactly.
here, yeah, and you know what? The same as not every woman want to hear that, you gained weight. So sometimes you don't say this. You say that, no, baby, you're beautiful. I love you. So sometimes you do the lie, you lie. Sometimes you lie for the sake of something. And
Yes.
like honesty is not always the key. Like, yes, I like honest people and it's nice, but not everywhere.
Not every time. Okay, what
Yeah,
about
not
brave?
every bravery. What would a brave faction do about condemned buildings or areas where people crawl through dangerous, rundown streets? Would they impose strict new laws or focus on pouring resources into making the city safer? I guess that with the bravery, they will focus on like fighting with bad people, but that's not the only way how you deal with that. So bravery would lack um, the diplomacy, So they will just fight, but that's not the only way how to deal with problems because you go
Okay.
search for resources.
Okay, erudite, intelligent.
Yeah, how would an intelligent faction manage the cities undergoing technological changes? Would their focus on innovation cause older, less developed areas to be neglected, or would they find a balance? I guess they would find a balance because if you are an intelligent, you understand that like with the technologies, you need to keep that balance with the neglected areas and with the developed areas. So I hope they would find the way.
Okay, okay. That's beautiful. Well done, Irina. You're really a smart person. Okay, so
Thank
let's
you.
move next. 1.1. Watch the video. Is the perfect city.
Yes, so I'm not sure that your sound will be for me.
Can you hear?
No.
Okay, okay. Maybe you play.
Yeah, I will play it myself, right?
Yes.
Just a second. Okay. Do you hear it?
No, no.
Oh, you don't hear it?
Watch from your end. I can watch from my end.
19. Yeah, let's do at the same time because I'm playing it now.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm. 1947, India achieved independence from British rule, but this freedom
So
came
I,
at
I
tremendous
hear
cost.
yours.
The
Okay.
region had Sorry?
I can hear yours.
Ah, okay. Been split in two, displacing over 10 million residents and leading to riots that saw the deaths of roughly 1 million people. Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first prime minister, was eager to usher his country towards a brighter, united future. And one of the projects that would prove most essential to realizing this vision was the construction of Chandigarh, a modern metropolis designed to symbolize the nation's faith in the future. But the path to Nehru's futurist city was far from simple. Since money was tight for the burgeoning nation, the project was only able to secure a budget of 175 million rupees. That's the modern equivalent of roughly 500 million US dollars, which is barely enough to build a pair of skyscrapers today. The project also had low public support because the plans required the further displacement of local villages. The government compensated protesting residents with funds to buy new homes, but their agricultural lands would still be overtaken by the new city. Nehru's plan for unity was off to a rocky start, but the city's plans were as inspiring as they were innovative. In 1949, Nehru commissioned American architect Albert Mayer, whose initial designs laid out green spaces, sectioned neighborhoods, and organized traffic systems. When Mayer left the project due to his business partner's death, his plans were taken even further by renowned French architect Le Corbusier. Known as one of the fathers of modern architecture,
Le Corbusier prioritized functional designs devoid of ornamentation. His style championed unornamented concrete for creating efficient structures that prioritized function over decoration. Building on Mayer's plans, Le Corbusier introduced the metaphor of a human body to describe and design Chandigarh's urban environment. The head of the city would comprise the main administrative area. Alongside the state secretariat, parliamentary assembly, and high court, the complex included symbolic structures like the Martyrs' Memorial, dedicated to those who perished fighting for Indian independence. From the head, residents could travel down the city's circulatory system, a network of roads and pathways known as the Seven V's. These hierarchical roads connected Chandigarh to other cities while seamlessly linking the sectors within for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. Chandigarh's heart was Sector 17, a commercial district housing large shops, offices, a parade ground, and the main interstate bus terminal. And the city's lungs took the form of a continuous leisure valley. This series of green belts was modeled after the popular Garden City concept, which sought to increase green cover and guarantee all residents access to fresh air and open space. Taken as a whole, these plans were unprecedented, daring, and expensive. Fortunately, Le Corbusier's streamlined modernist aesthetic helped keep costs low. Most structures were built of brick, which was left unpainted and unplastered. Even the city's grandest concrete buildings remain naked to this day. And since the budget couldn't accommodate mechanical heating and cooling systems, Chandigarh was designed with passive cooling and ventilation built into every structure. Other tropical cities employed similar techniques on a smaller scale, but in Chandigarh, every room had direct access to adequate sunlight and ventilation. Overhangs provided shade during the summer and let in heat during the winter. And today, the energy efficiency of Chandigarh's many brick buildings has made the city famous for its eco-friendly design. Of course, neither Chandigarh's past nor present is perfect. The hierarchy of housing types resulted in segregation between affluent large households and small, denser plots. And the city's focus on residential and government buildings prevented the development of other industries. But many other elements of Mayor and Le Corbusier's plans have aged quite well. Thousands of trees and open spaces make it one of India's greenest cities, and its high quality of life continues to make Chandigarh one of the most desirable cities to live in the nation. Over 60 years after its construction, Chandigarh remains an international exemplar of urban design. While we may think of nature as being unconnected to our urban spaces, places like Chandigarh show us the vital role trees and greenery play in successful cities. Explore how city planners throughout history have used nature to make our cities cleaner and healthier with this video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well done. Okay, 1.2. Can you read the question?
Yes. How important is urban planning in shaping the identity and future of the city? Well, from the video and on my point of view, it's really important. Like, so how you build the plan and how designers see the whole picture, it's really important.
Okay. Okay, the next one. What are the challenges first when designing a modern metropolis that symbolizes a nation's fate in the future?
I don't remember what was specifically said in the video. When
Okay.
designing a modern that symbolize a nation's face in the future. But I would say that like the main challenge is to make it appropriate for all of the citizens and institutions in the future. So everyone should feel good in that metropolis in the future.
Okay, no problems. Okay, the next question.
In what way can architecture reflect the values and aspirations of a society? Um, I guess that idea that architecture decided to build the city as the human body, that the head it would be that like the governmental part. I guess that reflects kind of the values that humanity is the kind of the base of the society. So each human is the base of the society.
Okay, that's beautiful. So how do the design choices made by the architect impact the daily lives and experience of residents in the city?
Uh, uh, it reflects in a way that it's just comfortable to live there. So you easily go from one area to another. You are still surrounded by the nature, and like your daily life is just, comfortable and beautiful.
Okay, that's nice. The last question, can you take it?
What role does sustainability play in the long-term success and desirability of a city like um, Chandigarh? So sustainability play a really important role because even till now, as per the video, Chandigarh is like the example of the one of the greatest city for living. So it's showing that the city could be modern, but still like flourishing and surrounded by nature. And that's the idea of sustainability, that you build not by ruining what was there, but by making it better.
Okay, that's beautiful, Irena. So let's move to the next one. Oh, it's cool down.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? I think the lesson was
Just a second. Oh, exciting. The lesson was exciting. And I find lesson difficult, a real bus around the place. Oh, hold on. I find lesson difficult. So, what was difficult for me?
yes.
Let's say, what is a real bus around the place? What do they mean?
Let me check. Real goals. Okay, when we talk about real goals, we're talking about the aim of offering local support with physical and mental social programs. Like on the video.
I just don't know what to choose, so I don't find it difficult. I don't understand.
Okay, no
Okay, let's
problem.
say urban tales. Yeah,
Urban
whatever.
growth. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Okay, 1.1. The first topic is done. Well
Mm.
done. For the next is homework. So try to do your homework when you're free. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The teacher will be back by next week. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. It was really interesting having lessons with you, Irina. Thank you. I appreciate.
Thank you too. Thank you too. I wish you stay longer with us.
All right, no problem, Irina. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Have a good
All
day.
right, no problem. Okay, have a wonderful weekend and
And
happy
you too.
Easter. Happy Easter in
Yeah,
advance.
same for you. Same for you. Happy Easter.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.